Let's go back to this breaking news out of New South Wales politics now on a few different fronts. The Nationals are voting to install a new leader this morning. This is after Dugald Saunders announced his shock resignation yesterday. Then you've got a potential Liberal spill involving Mark Speakman, the leader there. Whether that happens today or this week, we're not sure yet, but let's bring in someone who might know, the Daily Telegraph's James Willis. Good to see you, James. So there's a bit going on today. First of all, what are you hearing about the Libs? Will there be a challenge for Speakman's job today?
Well, Pete, it's hard to know at this stage. I mean, politics is a million-mile-an-hour business, and this has changed from yesterday and from the day before, and the chatter certainly ramped up over the weekend. There's been speculation about Mark Speakman's leadership since August 2024, more than a year now. My understanding at this point in time is that if a spill was called, Mark would not have the numbers to survive such a spill, but he's been basically saved by his own left faction at the moment, who do have the numbers in the party room. The alternative from the left would be Kelly Sloan, the MP for Vaucluse, who has been highly regarded and has a lot of cut-through in certain parts of the media, and I think would be an ideal candidate. The right is trying to get the numbers for Alastair Henskins, who's an experienced politician, the Shadow Attorney General, a former minister in the coalition governments as well. But then you've got these centre-right MPs in the middle, which represent about 4, who, just like at the federal level, seem to have a sway both ways. And at this stage, there doesn't appear to be an appetite today to force a spill. Keep in mind as well that also the Libs right now are debating what to do about net zero at a New South Wales level after Susan Lee decided to go in a different direction. So that would have been the big story of the day, if not for the speculation about Mark Speakman's leadership in the last 24 hours or so.
So if there's no spill today, does that suggest that there won't be one this week? Or perhaps that's just been put to bed for the foreseeable future, James?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's right, and I wouldn't want to place all my money on it, but I think, Pete, people have been talking about possibly Thursday. This is obviously the last sitting week, and it's hard to imagine this continuing for another couple of weeks, let alone into the new year. So, look, I wouldn't put all my money on it happening today, but I would note that as this week goes on and the speculation continues, you and I have been around for long enough to know that once something like this starts, it's very difficult to stop. So there's also another option potentially for Mark Speakman to stand aside and say enough is enough and give someone another go, but we'll have to wait and see.
It feels
I would also note, Pete, in the last couple of minutes,
James.
it's coming through that it looks like at the Nationals level, Gurmesh Singh will be the new leader of the party. My understanding is the deputy could be Kevin Anderson, so we'll wait to hear soon. But Gurmesh Singh, my understanding, will be elected as the new Nationals leader based on a text that I've just had come through.
All right. Anything more on that? Yeah, we're getting similar messages now. The Coffs Harbour MP, Gurmesh Singh, elected leader of the Nationals. Kevin Anderson, member for Tamworth, elected deputy unopposed. Is that a surprise for Paul Toole?
Well, Toole was the previous leader and, of course, I think a pretty good minister in the former government. My understanding is that he would have felt that it wasn't the time for him. And, look, the party in New South Wales, like it is all over the country, is a mile behind on the polls, so probably not the best time to be taking the ball up. But Gurmesh Singh, pretty good story. He's the MP for Coffs Harbour, 4th generation Indian Australian. His family's grown bananas in that region since the 1940s. He was pretty bullish about it, telling people close to him yesterday that he was going to go for it. And the question was who would be deputy. And I think Kevin Anderson's a pretty good safe set of hands. So that news will be confirmed. And that's a big story in itself after Dugald Saunders suddenly stood down yesterday to focus on his family and being the member for Dubbo. So plenty happening in New South Wales politics, Peter. What's going to happen with Mark Speakman? And also we'll know in the next hour or so whether the Libs back net zero as well. Yeah,
Gurmesh Singh, also his family are macadamia farmers. I love the nut farmers. My brother's a nut farmer in Griffith. But anyway, I digress. What happened to Dougal anyway?
I mean, get the business together.
As much as you can say, I mean, obviously something is distracting him on a personal level at the moment. Are you able to confirm some details that have already been reported today? What do you know about that, James?
Well, I mean, it's always difficult, Pete, to go into family circumstances. You can't obviously choose your family members. And so, I mean, there had been rumours about a family member for quite some time. But what I would say is that this was extremely sudden. There was a Nationals planning meeting over the weekend where this wasn't even mentioned, as I understand it, and then all of a sudden the rumour mill went into overdrive yesterday. I'd also note, and we'll wait and see just how much comes out about any other circumstances, but the last 2 years, Dugald Saunders has been right across New South Wales. He's been campaigning, he's been highlighting youth crime, obviously issues with farmers and drought, and various renewable energy projects as well. So it's a tough job, and he had been telling people that probably it was time to move aside, but we'll certainly have to wait and see just how much comes out. I would say overall the key thing is this was very sudden, and when it is very sudden, people have to wonder if there is more to the story.
That always happens. Yeah, when it's sudden like that, it always happens. James, is the Labor Party sitting pretty while all this is going on?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, and I think, unfortunately, the Minns government needs to be held to account, and they're far from perfect, and there's been all sorts of issues in regards to workers' compensation, obviously the renewable energy rollout, payroll tax, cost of living, so they're far from perfect. But at the moment, and this has, I think, been a similar scenario in other states of Australia, the Liberal Party can't get its act together and can't form an opposition strong enough to be taking the government on. So as long as that continues, the Minns government will be getting away with certain things. But yeah, they're certainly enjoying the speculation at the moment.
Well, I mean, that can also be said for the Victorians. It can also be said for the Federal Liberal Party. I mean, there's a real malaise. Not for Queensland, though. David Crisafulli doing very well in Queensland. Hey, good to see you, James. Thank you so much. Good to have you on. Talk to you soon.